Welcome to Necromunda Underhive Wars. I'm playing Operations on Deadly difficulty. As we can see, the sector's resources are nearly depleted. There's only a tiny sliver left, and I have an overwhelming lead. So it seems it could easily be stolen away by the other gangs if they raided me, but fortunately for me, I was raided in my last mission by, I think, the Committed, and they naturally fail because the AI, as has been noted, still requires a lot of work. But it really depends on the situation. I played one raid during which the defending AI gang hunkered down and refused to do anything until I slaughtered most of the other attackers. There was another gang assaulting the HQ at the same time, and once I did that and extracted a few of my gangers, the defenders who had been staying put and hunkered down behind cover suddenly became a lot more aggressive. In other situations, the AI does not do that. So it seems to me that the AI, for all the criticism, is actually evaluating the situation and reacting accordingly. If it feels that it can't accomplish much, it tends to be defensive. But again, that's just my not very scientific observations. But I mean, there's no denying that the AI requires a lot of work, and I hope that Rogue Factor put the effort, or make the effort, because otherwise the game is going to be in trouble, and there's no chance for either Rogue Factor or Focus Home to get additional revenue through DLC. If the player base gives up on the game, the first DLC for this game will not do well, at which point Rogue Factor and Focus Home will have to make a tough decision about whether to continue working on Necromunda or switch to their next project. I've asserted several times that the game is not a catastrophic failure by any stretch of the imagination, but it does need a lot of work. It needs some rethinking about what the end game should play like. I think the game needs a lot of hard choices, and the reason the game doesn't have hard choices is because Rogue Factor were reacting to criticisms directed at Mordheim, their previous game. But that is something we'll get into in a later video or at another time. Right now I have a massive lead over the second place team, the Z Runners or Z Runners. And if we take a look at their headquarters, I can't raid them because I've already raided them, which leaves me with 4 choices here. I can choose to secure area here, secure area over here. 9 extra credits, which is nothing considering I'm sitting on 2,800 credits and not much to spend it on. That's another problem with this game. The end game is nothing to look forward to because the game has been front loaded. All the cinematics, all the storyline has been front loaded, and I think that is another thing that Rogue Factor were reacting to. Mordheim's criticisms. Only a tiny percentage of the player base for Mordheim finished the story missions. I think less than 1% finished the 4 original war bands, and there were only 8 story missions for each war band. So I think Rogue Factor made the decision to front load the game, make the story missions and cinematics and voiceovers, put all of that at the beginning and make it part of the tutorial. But that of course leaves the end game feeling rather bland. I think I'm going to select this one, secure area. It's a straightforward defeat all enemies. Hopefully the AI fares better in this scenario. It doesn't have to try anything sophisticated. Simply try to defeat the other gang members. You do get a salvage casket that's only 20 resources, which is a trivial amount considering the amount in play, or the amount I've secured so far. I've already secured the tier 3 reward. Again, 3000 credits, but nothing to spend it on. Anyway, I'm going to choose mission. In between waiting for patches, I've been playing a lot of Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2. I've been very pleasantly surprised by how solid the game is. I would even go so far as to say it's a good game. If you haven't tried it out, I would strongly recommend at least looking at the 2 trailers for the game, the launch trailer and the faction trailer. Both of them display a lot of personality, a lot of style, something that's lacking in the story missions for this game. So it's a 3-way fight. Don't think it really matters too much, even on deadly difficulty. I will note, however, that the AI one-on-one is not too bad, but the problem is Necromunda is not a one-on-one or 1v1 game. It's gang warfare and moving together as a gang. It's sort of critical. You can offer support to your gang members, you can offer buffs, you can heal them, you can revive them if they go out of action, and that's best done as a group, as a gang. The AI doesn't quite grasp this at the moment. Of course, the danger for Rogue Factor is if they make the AI too deadly, gamers will start complaining that the game is too hard, the RNG is broken, the AI is cheating, and so on and so forth, which puts them in a difficult position. So these 2 gangs are very close together. I think this gang is going to go up here, grab the high ground. I've played this map before, was more or less in a similar situation, but against only 1 gang. So remember, this is a scenario that requires me to defeat all the gang members or enemy gang members. I think I'll simply deploy over there, open up with the lay mechanic as usual, plonk down a barricade. AI still has problems with barricades. In my last mission, which saw me defending against an assault on my headquarters, one of the enemy gang members was caught between a obstacle and a barricade and did that running in place, I don't know what I'm doing, AI move. I previously thought the patch had fixed that. I was seeing a lot of AI gang members vaulting over obstacles, but the AI does seem to struggle against player created objects such as barricades and even the roaring forge. So open up with my lay mechanic. I'm sure he's going to be the last to move because his initiative is very low, which is fine because it allows me to react to what the other gangs are doing. So this opening move is defensible. Nothing too silly or outrageous about that move. Let's see what this enemy heavy does. Buffs up with preparation. Commendable. Maybe not a great move because it leaves him open to death from above by the enemy brawlers. Now it is my turn. I'm gonna plonk down a barricade here first of all. And then so there's a bit of an inconsistency. It's hard to really predict what the AI is going to do exactly. This is prepping for subsequent turns. I didn't buff my lay mechanic up with preparation. Silly mistake on my part. So the AI is not the only one capable of silly mistakes. And if you were to watch a human player play this game, you'd see a lot of strange moves as well. The player would move his gangers one direction, then walk back to his point of origin to recover the movement points, and then move in another direction. So that seems slightly eccentric when done by a human player. I mean, you have to extend some sympathy to the AI coders because the game is so complex. Even moving around the map can be a challenge because of the verticality. I think this is good enough. Problems with the AI would be less of an issue if a multiplayer game was vibrant, but apparently problems still exist after the first major patch. Although initially there was a claim that the game was more stable in multiplayer, players have since reported that there have still been crashes, and that is a real pity, because at some point gamers are going to simply give up on the game. So it's a bit of a shame. I'll move my leader up. His whole shtick is to get on an elevated position and use a heavy barrage to take out anyone who is unfortunate enough to come within range of his las cannon. a look at the map here. So it looks like this is going to be the battlefield. No problems with that. Since I planted down this barricade here, I doubt the AI is going to use a grenade to blow it up. It would be impressive if they did that. I'm not really expecting it. I did see the AI throw a grenade. I'm not sure whether they were throwing the grenade at my gangers who were crouched behind the barricade or at the barricade itself. So that is something I would be interested in finding out. Not enough AP for anything. Crouch down here behind my brawler, who is functioning as a meat shield for my leader. Leaders in this game aren't as critical as they are in the tabletop game. Tabletop game has a morale system, the cool check, and it is possible for gangs to turn tail in the first round if one of their number or a few of their gangers go out of action and they fail their cool checks. Here, morale is less of an issue if your leader goes out of action. It's a minor inconvenience. Leaders tend to have key skills or dangerous skills like heroic barrage, heroic, I think it's onslaught, the melee equivalent. You have also the orders, which can increase movement points or action points. Order blitz pretty much gives the target a free attack. Is strictly necessary, or strictly speaking necessary, but just in case. I think this won't be a safe zone. Okay. My Deadeye and my Heavies tend to be the main damage dealers for this gang, which is kind of unusual because you would expect a Goliath gang to be melee focused. But I find the Heavy and the Deadeye's weapons, because of their greater range, they tend to hog all the kills. thing I'd like to see is skills that you've already used and last until the end of battle, unless you're stunned, will not be available as a choice once you've used them. For example, preparation, I don't think the game should allow you to give you the choice for preparation repeatedly, because preparation lasts until the end of battle unless the ganger is stunned. Because right now I find myself constantly checking the buff list to see whether he's already been buffed with preparation. My brawler has been buffed with readiness. So if once he's buffed, I think it just removes that choice from the tactical screen, or menu rather. So it has been relatively uneventful battle so far. A lot of buffing, some drawing of blood. But no deaths yet. Let's see if we can change that. So this saboteur is not on Overwatch. He has 168 initiative. Let's select my lay mechanic again, because would like to see how the other gangers or the other gangs position themselves here. Oh, massive hit here from the heavy. Is that a heavy? Oh, that is a brawler. Is tanking the retaliation well. This enemy heavy, the red Warlock gang, is going down. By this heavy attack. Okay, now what do I want to do here? Preparation first of all, because I forgot to do that in round 1. Trench. Okay, that pretty much killed my movement range, but and I can't take a shot. Oops. That wasn't a great move. be able to get my first kill now. My secondary heavy, despite his being a backup heavy. Okay, I don't get that move at all. Why did the brawler fail to attack? There might be a bug with the action points, especially with two-handed weapons. There was a suggestion the patch broke it, and maybe that is why the AI is having trouble. Okay, my turn. My plasma cannon has not been warmed up. Okay, that was terrible. Still terrible. Okay, much better. Get back into cover. My leader gets to move. Saboteur is going to get out of this sticky situation. And again, the camp synth bombardment begins. The AI is obsessed with camp synth. Acceleration does give a bonus, I think, to movement. And it stacks 3 times, but still, this is insane. Hit. This is a pretty great spot to be in. Just here. Okay. So first kill to my leader. At least the AI is putting some thought into its moves. Ignoring the red team. And okay. It's not a great move, isn't it? Because he's put himself in danger. Man, the AI is putting a lot of thought into its move here. Stands up. Provides some battle advice to his fellow ganger. Stands still, contemplating his next move. Motionless, almost. Moves forward decisively. Ignores two red gang members. Marks the same target that was marked earlier. Takes a single shot. Another shot which only grazes the target and then moves next to the dead eye. Okay. No real target for death from above, I think. So who do I target here? Both of them have full health bars. Charge. Why can't I charge this guy? Okay. We'll charge the dead eye. They're both dead eyes. Okay, Billy K. Banzai. First attack was superb, a critical hit. Second one less than impressive. Phenomenal. Okay, can you take another hit? Okay. The 98 damage is very impressive, especially since it's with a single one-handed weapon. I did not have sufficient action points for 2 hits, but that's quite alright. Healing supplement gives a bonus when you heal, but it doesn't actually heal you. That was an interesting situation in the release version of the game. Usually the AI will get caught up when there's a ledge or there's a staircase that's air that interrupts its charge. So I think Rogue Factor fixed this at least, and all those characters are bunched up close together. Prime target for a grenade. Stuck behind an obstacle, but at the very least it's every once in a while it tries to evaluate. I'll finish off the badly wounded. Yeah, I'm not sure why I can't target this guy. Oh, yes, I can. 102. Double tap. Outstanding. Can I take out this character down here? Not visible. Okay. Reload the weapon. Get back into cover. I can't kneel because I'm out of action points. Quite alright. Three down. 7 to go. This is not bad. You don't actually see a lot of AI self-preservation in this type of games. So this is nice to see. And the 800-pound gorilla in this game space would be the Firaxis XCOM games. And I think Rogue Factor took some cues from those games. In fact, I think Rogue Factor and Focus Home were targeting the player base for the Firaxis XCOM games. Understandable considering how well they did. Why is the character disengaging instead of slaughtering this previously wounded ganger? I do not get that move at all. Okay. Whatever. Can I take another shot? Okay, that was terrible. Out of movement points. Heal. Who's he going for? Healing himself. Smart move. Maybe the AI should be a little more aggressive about using the health dispenser instead of waiting until it's grievously wounded. As soon as it's heavily wounded, it should attempt to heal itself. So I think I got this in the bag. probably going to set this game aside until the next patch. It might be a hot fix to fix some of the issues caused by the patch. I hope that's the case, so gamers won't have to wait a long time. I hope Rogue Factor continue working on the game, but I would like to spend a little more time with Battlefield Gothic Armada 2. I'm enjoying it. I finished the Imperium campaign. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of setting the difficulty on easy when I should have increased it. 16 damage is minor. Get a better shot here. $265 health, under 82. Standing. 'Need to select my lay mechanic and buff both my heavies with anointed armaments, prevent their weapons from overheating. In the case of my heavy armed with the plasma cannon, will ensure the plasma cannon is at its deadliest setting, because it gets deadlier as it heats up. It is at its deadliest just before it overheats. AI was attempting to bug out. Kind of understandable. 3 of its gangers are out of action. Ignores one enemy. Sometimes you just have to wonder what is going through the AI's So anointed armaments was actually a dumb move there, because it only lasts until the end of turn. Okay, final one to move for second last. I'll go with my Deadeye.
target this character here. Others. There was one close to the exit over here. Okay. Lot of movement points. Fire enough. Okay, last to move is my brawler. That's from above. Can't quite reach her. Just have to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, she is in ambush mode. She's armed with a two-handed weapon that might stun me when she charges forward. Let's risk this. Okay, no charge. Awful. Can't seem to use any yeah, that was weird. I think what is she buffed with something? Okay, fearsome reputation plus 100% action points, so that is why it is so hard to target her with a dual attack. She is the gang leader, so she gets this passive skill, I think. And of course there's the missing string table entry. Remember, this is 1 month after the game was released, so still has niggling issues. New round, new opportunity. Take a look at the initiative. I think I'm going to have to select my leader because the other gangers are slower, or they don't have as high initiative. I'm going to ignore that one for now. Target this character over here who is about to escape. Can't target the character because okay, my weapon is about to jam.
stick. This is not only necessary, this is preparing for the looting round. If you take a look at the scoreboard, none of the other gangs have taken anyone out. So this is kind of interesting. The AI is making use of the barricade I put down in round 1. Where is she going? Not a great move, is it? I got a lot of gangers with range weapons. Select my play mechanic. Okay, is she going to extract? Yep. Nope. It's right next to the other ganger. Didn't do anything about it. Oh well. Anointed weapons for my heavy. Can my lay mechanic get a kill? The answer is going to be no. Select my heavy, I think. His weapon is in a great condition to cause some serious damage here. %100 chance. Buying 6 weapons? Nope. We'll just grab the grenades. Not really interested in them. Why not?
See if I can reposition to get a... I don't think I'll be able to get a hit here. I don't think 49% is going to hit. Some minor damage. And turn. It's like my brawler just checked these corpses. But they are not really corpses, are they? They're simply out of action. They might be merely injured. No rank 6. What about over here? I think the most useful equipment to get, or item rather, is the adrenaline shot. Even against the AI, even in the current state of the AI, it is possible to miscalculate. So the adrenaline shots do come in handy. Okay. 93 initiative for that last ganger. Obvious choice is going to be my leader. Let's go to blow this barricade to smithereens and then entrenched. It's not going to have enough action points for heroic barrage. Try a headshot. Game just crashed. Okay. Crashes are kind of rare after the first patch, but they still occur, unfortunately. So, Rogue Factor and Focus Home should make that a priority. They obviously have, because the patch notes indicate that they were focused on that. But crashes still remain, or still occur. Thankfully, they are easy to recover from. So I need to go through the whole sequence of shooting the barricade, entrenched, aim shot, Hey, the game didn't crash. His weapon is jammed, but that's quite alright. He's not going to need it. Now let's see what the last enemy standing is going to do here. Doesn't have a barricade. Decides to use preparation now. Oh, okay. I thought they fixed this problem with the corpses being resurrected in a T-pose, but apparently not. That strikes me as a relatively simple fix. Let's go with the brawler. Charge, yes you can. Banzai. First hit outstanding, second one less so. Okay, they should do it. Yep. Any rank 6 items? Nope. Let's just grab this. Anything else we can do here? Suppose we could go all the way over there and grab the salvage casket, but kind of pointless. Looting round. I don't really want to loot. I'm simply going to end the game as quickly as I can. Like to see what happens at the end of this operation. This is the final mission for this operation, so I should be able to get the tier 3 reward. Hopefully some high-end armor. That's the toughest thing to acquire. The only way you can get armor pieces is through the shop. Can't salvage that, nor can you craft it. It would be interesting if they implemented a crafting system. Gives something for players to do in the end game. 3 enemies out of action, but still not the most valuable fighter. Three enemy out of action. Not sure why he was given the MVF. Doesn't really matter. Shop will restock in 1 shift. Our scouts have left the sector. So we get 1 adrenaline shot as a item acquired through the medical lab. I think adrenaline shots should be relatively rare, and I think they should be rewards given by the house upon successfully completing a sector. Tier 3 outstanding execution. 3000 credits. Nothing to spend it on. Okay. Task complete. Conqueror. Okay. Let's take a look at our What items did we receive here? 4 grade 10 operation casket, grade 1 house casket, 2. Let's see what we get. A rank 6 acid thrower. I don't find the sprayed weapons to be particularly attractive or viable. They have a very short range. Do they have a very short range? Yeah, 15 meters is not much. So either they should increase the range or maybe provide some interesting utility. So I got another adrenaline shot here, which is nice. Another adrenaline shot, which is nice. Look at the house casket. Calming chip. Now this calming chip is kind of interesting. My assumption was that I need to place the calming chip on the character permanently to nullify the effects of shell shock, megalomania, and heroic idiocy. But that's not how it works. How it works is you place it once, immediately the ganger loses this negative traits or injuries, and you can remove the calming chip after that. So kind of odd approach. I wonder if that was intended or that's a bug. Another calming chip. So no one needs more than one calming chip because it's not a permanent thing. Very odd. So we are going to start a new operation. Deadly difficulty. So a lot of infamy points. The infamy points are I think game based rather than gang based. So the more you play the game, the more gangers you or the more gangs you create. The gangs you create in subsequent or subsequently have it easier because they can make use of the infamy points you've acquired with your first gang. I've yet to start another gang. I would like to start a Orlok gang. I would like to start an Asher gang, but not really keen on doing that until the game is a little more stable. I noted earlier how the max stat upgrades, all the points have not been lost. So I can't increase the alertness of my secondary heavy, which I would like to very much because it will allow me to upgrade my delay skill to the 3rd tier. Can't do that without the 12 alertness, and I can't get the alertness to 12 because I do not have max stat upgrade points. That was lost in the patch. So the patch for Necromunda has caused more problems. I'm not sure whether it's caused more problems than it's actually fixed. That would be an interesting question, but anyway, looking forward to the next patch. I'm looking forward to seeing how Rogue Factor handled this. The game has potential. The game is not a catastrophic failure by any stretch of the imagination. It needs a lot of work. I hope both Rogue Factor and Focus Home make the effort. Let's see what happens.